If you believe in prayer at all, expect God to hear you. If you do not expect, you will not have. God will not hear you unless you believe. He will hear you, but if you believe, He will be as good as your faith. Prayer is simply talking to God like a friend and should be the easiest thing we do each day. True prayer is neither a mere mental exercise nor a vocal performance. It is far deeper than that. It is spiritual transaction with the Creator of heaven and earth. The Christian life is not a constant high. I have my moments of deep discouragement. I have to go to God in prayer with tears in my eyes and say, "Oh God, forgive me or help me." I know that the Lord is always on the side of the right, but it is my constant anxiety and prayer that I and this nation may be on the Lord's side. Let no one profess to trust in God and yet lay up for future wants. Otherwise, the Lord will first send him to the hoard he has amassed before he can answer the prayer for more. I firmly believe God continues to answer the prayers of his people even after he has taken them to heaven. Never forget that God is not bound by time the way we are. We see only the present moment. God sees everything. We see only part of what He is doing. He sees it all. Prayer does not change God. What it changes Him who prays. Prayer is not only asking, but an attitude of mind which produces the atmospheres in which asking is perfectly natural. In the morning, prayer is the key that opens to us the treasures of God's mercies and blessings. In the evening, it is the key that shuts us up under His protection and safeguard. God is looking for people to choose, and if you can get us able, He will wear you out. The most dangerous prayer you can pray is this: use me. Any concern too small to be turned into a prayer is too small to be made into a burden. If we would turn the time we spent discussing the other's life into prayer time instead, no telling what would happen to the glory of God. Prayer is not asking. Prayer is putting oneself in the hands of God at His disposition and listening to His voice in the depth of our hearts. The prayer offered to God in the morning during your quiet time is the key that unlocks the door of the day. Any athlete knows that is the start that ensures a good finish. God saves the world by prayer. The more praying there is in the world, the better the world will be. The matter the forces against evil. To get nations back on their feet, we must first get down on our knees. It is not well for a man to pray cream and live skim Miller. Prayer makes a godly man and puts within him the mind of Christ, the mind of humility, of self-surrender, of service, of pity, and of prayer. If we really pray, we will become more like God, or else we will quit praying. Prayer should not be regarded as a duty which must be performed, but rather as a privilege to be enjoyed, a rare delight that is always revealing some new beauty. You cannot pray for someone and hate them at the same time. This is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to His will, He hears us. And if we know that He hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have what we asked of Him. My prayer is not dead. You take them out of the world, but that you protect them from the evil one. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. True prayer is a way of life, not just for Jews in cases of emergency. Make it a habit, and when the need arises, you will be in practice. To be a Christian without prayer is no more possible than to be alive without breathing. True prayer does not preach to God. It does not lead by the hand, but reaches for His guiding hand. True prayer has more to do with God than man. It is wrapped up in holy concern for the glory and kingdom of God. Prayer is knowing we are not alone, and there is someone who understands all our hearts and our fears. We are to pray in times of adversity, lest we become faithless and unbelieving. We are to pray in times of prosperity, lest we become boastful and proud. We are to pray in times of danger, lest we become fearful and doubting. We are to pray in times of security, lest we become self-sufficient. I pray that God bless you in every area where you have faith in Him to perform miracles for you. May God take away your worries and grant you success in return. May God bless you. May your life be filled with love, peace, and good news. May God bless you abundantly.